How about crossing the channel? You were on a LST?
No, we went across on an LCI, and we had a tank on it, and it was just about 8 inches out of the water, and I tell you, it was rough, but we got our little old tank on. We had her bossed. It had pretty well waterproof. We got the silly thing on, but we run up and down the coast there and run out of ammunition, gasoline, parked it. I don't know what in the world they hit that silly thing with, but they sure blew it to pieces.
Was anyone in it?
No, we'd all bailed out and dug in. Was lucky that we did.
This was right on the beach.
Wasn't too far off of the beach. It was a little off, but not very far. They must have hit it with a pretty good sized weapon. I don't know what it was.
Were they smaller than the other tanks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we call them cork guns.
Apart from that first one, did you have any hit or shot out from under you?
No. We learned real soon that they were fast, and you didn't let them set. You kept them moving. I mean moving, not just piddling around. I'm talking about going.
Did a lot of them go over mines?
Oh yeah. We had several bottoms of them out from mines, but I was lucky, I guess.
When you transferred to C Company, who was the lieutenant? Snuffy Fuller, was that?
Snuffy? Yeah.
What was he like?
He was A1. He was a barrel of fun. He would not wear his bars out where they could see them. And he always kept his bar on his helmet covered with mud or something. He didn't want anybody to know he was an officer, especially the Germans. Now, he was of German descent. His folks spoke German, and he could speak real good German. One night, they sent us out on patrol. I was a gunner in his tank, and they sent us out on a night patrol. Well, we got lost, and we rode and rode and rode and rode. Didn't know where in the world we was at. Well, it ended up that we was behind the German line, and we decided just when it got daylight, that's what was taking place. So looked back, and there 2 German tanks had fallen in on our column. So Snuffy, he didn't know what in the world we was going to do, and he bailed out of the tank, stopped, bailed out, went back, and talked to them in their language, and told them that they were in our territory. Well, they weren't. We weren't either. We were still in their territory. But he convinced them to follow us on in. And by George, we captured 2 tanks just without firing a shot. Another time, we pulled into a town. We were getting a new hold on the line. The outfit that was in there pulled out, and we met them all good ways out of town. And they said, "We've got the whole town, just go on in, you're in good shape." So we barreled on in there, set up our guard, our tanks were one on the crossroads and what have you, around town. And some of us decided we'd go looting, see what we could find. Maybe the guys had missed something. Well, found out that while them guys was moving out, the Germans moved back in. And next thing we knew, they had blowed up our headquarters. Well, Snuffy, he decided he had gotten out of there, but he decided he couldn't get back to his tank crew. So he holed up in a coal bin, and he rubbed coal dust all over him so that nobody could see him, and come out of there. And we had already decided that they had captured about everybody, so we was going around retaking the town at that time. But he was sure a comical looking fellow. Like coal dust all over him. But they really give us a bad time for a while. They was using sawed-off shotguns, but we got even. We used them too.
Otho Martin was telling me about that. He said Wes Haynes and Aaron Brown.
They both had shotguns.
Did you see then the time that I think they fired into like a column of Germans? What happened there?
What happened? They was setting up that very night. They was setting up a.
The same night that Snuffy came out of the coal bin?
Yeah. They was going to set up a guard right on the corner our tank was on. And they didn't know we was there. We didn't know they were there until you could hear them walking. They had those old, I don't know what kind of heels.
Hobnail boots.
Yeah, something. I don't know what the dickens they were, but they made a lot of noise. You could always tell them. So they waited till they got right, just ready to set the guard up, and they pelted them real good. So they went to hollering about the Geneva Convention, and they took them to the medics. They squeezed a shot out of them, poured some sulfur on them, and sent them on their way. Well, you weren't supposed to use splatter gun of any kind.
But the Germans used them too?
They used them, we used them. So what? Get even if you can, or stay ahead if you can, one or the other.